Hello everyone, my name is Jin-Ae Kang. I am an associate professor at School of Communication, ECU. I live in Greenville in 11 years, so I came to Greenville in 2010. Well, I think it's the people. A lot of the people worried about my relocations because although this is the college towns, but it's not like big as like Raleigh, Charlotte, or other cities like Atlanta, Boston, New York City. And the people are concerned, but I discovered this city is beautiful because of the people, not just because what this city has as a resource-wise. I always love to make a kind of community of learning. Like when I studied, I love to study with my friends and then share knowledge and share insights in whatever the setting is. So that's what I wanted to do. But in terms of occupation-wise, I had no idea what I can be. It was not about just being a teacher. So I didn't know what was that. But I suddenly discovered, well, become a professor may lead me to be what I want to be. So which was my junior years in my college. So I decided to pursue like a higher education in that moment. So it requires me to go to the graduate school, and at some point I decided to study abroad to America. It was another big story, but anyway, I came to the United States in 2005, and I did my doctoral studies there at the University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa. So after getting my degree, then I was fortunate to get a job in higher education. Well, become a professor is, I think it's a privilege to make an influence of somebody's life. I see how students grow here, although they are young adults, but still that they grow a lot here, like intellectually and emotionally. So I am the person who can make an immediate influence in the classrooms with having a conversation with them, or to correct what they misunderstand, or like they even influence me. So it is like kind of interactive the process to learn together. But mostly like my favorite part is to make an influence on my students. Wow, that's very like the fantastic questions. I love that because I've never been asked that kind of questions. Superpower, do I have the superpower? Maybe. I believe in the power of what is not seen. I mean, we are living in a very materialistic society. What is your salary? Yeah, what kind of assets do you have? And then do you have like enough money for your retirement, something like that? But what really holds our life is something that we cannot see, like love, compassion, empathy, courage, and love of learning, something like that. Yeah, those things are my superpowers. When I feel I lost, I always remind me of that kind of important things. And as an educator, I believe in the power of learning, and then learn together and then grow together. No matter how old you are, we always have room for growth. That is my superpower. I'm very thankful because become a professor and study at the American University was one of the dreams that I would dreamed of. So I already make them true in my life. So I was very thankful. But what's next? I would love to define my dreams with action verb rather than being a professor or being a president, something like that. I love to use the action verb. Well, if I define my dream now, and I would say that I want to empower people of those who is not heard, so who has no voice, and then so that they can find their voice and then find their inner light so that they can confidently talk to their stories. that is my dreams. And I also think my majors and my specialties in communications is really useful tools in which like I can help people and how to empower themselves to become a better speakers and better storytellers. And at the end, everybody has great stories in their life. Everybody has something to tell. So that stories is a little part of all those parts in our society. So the Stop Asian Hate movement is a national level movement, but my intention is not motivated by being involved in the national movement at all, but eventually it became the part of those national movement. But everybody knows the march, the Atlanta massacres, just shocked and galvanized so many Asian Americans, maybe including me. Well, I was an international student for a long time, and then international scholars at ECU for a long time. In 2017, I got a citizenship, so that's a really big milestone in my life. And then I slowly built out my identity as an American, and then more involved in like local politics and the local businesses or something like that. But that Atlanta massacre just gave me like life-changing moment, and then gave me the wake-up call. So, hey Jin-Ae, what are you doing? And then you just kind of lead your personal life without speaking up. And when you teach like communications, and then when you teach like how to empower people in your classroom, so I decided to do something for it. But not like real radical manners, but it's more about kind of empowerment, and then like make a movement in a way that the other people can join, rather than like hold up the big torch by myself. I really didn't like that. So in the runs events, and then I discovered so many people participated in and showed the support to the Asian community. So I really appreciated all those moments. But I see that should not be like just one-time event. A lot of the people keep asking me, so what's next? It also changed my kind of the mission in my life too, because I am studying like storytelling. In fact, mostly my research is in like the corporate sectors, like advertising or strategic communications. But those whole the Stop Asians Hate Run movement taught me maybe I can switch or extend my kind of the research in a practice area into the grassroots movement or activism, so that I can make an impact on more people in the community for the good cause. A lot of the people say that Eastern North Carolina is outdated and less developed compared to the other part of the North Carolina, which may be true, but maybe not true too, because we have a great human resources. Look at me, Asian Americans. So we have a lot of Asian people over here. So we already have lots of potentials for working forward, like diversity, inclusions, and equity, and that people like me can bring like a new perspective and innovative perspectives into the town. When you go out there, and then you will see a lot of Asian friends, and then do not perceive them as like foreigners, or do not perceive that if they can speak English or not. They may speak English better than you. They may born in here just like my children, and then they are the part of the Greenville, and hopefully you can make friendships, and then include the Asians friends into the social loop, and then they will be a great additions to your town and your community.